Focus on that.
This is what we meant by like, it's like watching a film.
How you doing? Oh.
Look at it. Look at it. Look how beautiful she is. It is stunning. Hello and welcome to another episode of Game On. Today we're going to be reviewing Until Dawn, which is a lovely little horror game for all of you horror fans out there. Today I'm with Sarah, who is, you're
halfway
through a bit about that. You've got
yeah.
4 hours left until dawn, so you're starting to get to the juicy bit. And we've also got Dwyz with us today, and he has never played the game before. So first off, how are you finding it so far?
Well, the visuals, it's hard to get over the visuals actually and how well they've delivered the concept. But that's all I can say because I'm literally the first minute into it. So
How are you finding the controls so far?
I'm excited. It seems a really unique way of presenting everything, the way the camera moves, and it seems different, fresh. Yeah, very impressed.
Definitely. Right.
Cool. So, how about what would you kind of give us a quick overview of like what the game is to someone who's never played it?
Never played it. Okay. For me personally, this is essentially a movie in a game. It is, as Dwyz said earlier, just within 2 minutes of playing it, it is just so cinematic, it's unreal. I think that this game could be picked up by anyone, whether you're into games or not. And I've actually proven this point actually, because I managed to get someone who's never played a game before to play it, and then 3 hours later they then put the controller down. So yeah, it's one of those games that either it sucks you into it. It doesn't feel like a game, but it's obviously a horror, and it's about this group of friends, and something happens. And in true horror fashion, a year later, they go back to where this thing happened.
As you do.
And that is where the story starts.
So, how about a little bit of backstory? What's kind of how the game developed in the studio and stuff? Let's hear it.
So it's Supermassive Games who have developed this beautiful game. And what I think is really interesting is they actually haven't really done much before, as I showed you earlier.
Yeah.
They've been around since 2008.
Pretty new.
But they've only really done like, it's Little Big Planet 1 and 2 DLC.
Still think my personal favourite is Walking with Dinosaurs.
Killzone Remastered. But that's it. This is the first real game. Like, sink teeth into it.
From what I can see as well,
game.
it's the first kind of in that genre, which is interesting.
Yeah, I mean everything else is quite fluffy. It's fluffy content, isn't it?
Killzone.
Still fluffy in comparison to this. Let's be real for 1 second. You've played enough of it to know.
Yes, that is true.
But yeah, the game was actually originally going to be released on PS3, and it was going to be first person, and due to the move. So
I'm pretty glad they decided to wait and move it onto move it onto the PS4 definitely.
But then they decided to sack it off. They recreated loads of the assets for it, and then this was announced in 2014.
Okay, so we've kind of stated that it's sort of like a film. So why don't we you tell me a bit about the gameplay? So if it's like a film, how does it work?
Okay. So in most games, you tend to have your main character, and you just play your main character.
Insert stock character here.
Insert generic hero. But whilst you're playing this game, you're actually playing 8 characters all at the same time. 8 if they survive. So the story plays out as if it is a film, but then when it gets to a character's turn to sort of be the star of that scene or whatever, you're then in control of that character. So at the moment, Dwyz is currently playing Sam, who I still deem to be at the very early stage of the game.
Like the sort of main.
She's established as the hero, as you see within the intro bit. Like, you get an impression that she's a nice person. She's a good guy.
I quite like that.
Yeah, and later on, like just after the bit that's being played right now, you end up playing Chris.
Yep.
And then I can't remember who else you saw after that. Is it
Jess? Jess briefly as Jess.
Yeah, Jess then.
Yeah.
But then you just constantly jump from character to character throughout these roughly hour-long chapters of the game. Now it is set as in like 10 hours until dawn, and the idea of the game is you have to get all the characters to survive until dawn. So within these hour brackets, you know, you just chop and change who you're playing.
That kind of thing I found quite cool was the transitions between characters,
Yeah,
how
yeah.
that kind of works, because you'll be in the scene as one person, and suddenly it'll be like, well, okay, now you are now said
Prime
person.
examples here actually, where you just cut to Chris at the shooting range, and then it cuts straight back over. And
Yeah, I thought the transitions were really, really
it's
cool.
smooth, and again, I think this is what adds to the whole film-like feel of it. Is you're not having to select who you're playing. It sort of forces your hand in such a nice, smooth way.
It's like, and now Chris.
Yeah.
Now bringing it back. You're now Sam.
Yeah, and it doesn't interrupt it. I don't think. Like, I think in some games when you're jumping from character to character, it can feel a bit jarred. Where with this, it is just like melted butter.
A big important. So is every character kind of different to play as, or
The
would you
characters
say, or?
are similar, I think, in the controls of how you play them. I mean, I did actually notice that one of the characters is slightly more athletic. There was a bit more of a jog on him. It felt like I could move faster with him. But overall, the controls are the same. But I do find that because if the characters have obviously their own personal traits, that alters what decisions you make in situations. So it's your decisions that are altered by the character's set personality, which changes throughout the game depending on the choices that you do make.
So as well on gameplay, so we've kind of established that you kind of switch in between characters and stuff. What other styles is it? 'Cause obviously it's not FPS as they originally said it was going to be first
everybody
person.
compares it to Heavy Rain.
I can see why. Yeah, I love Heavy Rain.
You're like,
Yeah, a little bit.
yeah, are you getting that from it so far, or?
I was thinking it reminds me of Walking Dead in a way, because it's obviously really based on the characters, but more interactive version.
Oh no! Don't shoot the squirrel!
Oh, I wasn't watching!
You're an asshole, dwyz.
What are you doing? How did you
Have
do
you guys
that?
done that before?
No!
What? That poor little cut was alive about 10 seconds ago.
Oh, come on. Squirrels are just rats with bushy
I
tails.
cannot believe you just did that.
As we said, character interaction.
Oh my God, cut, get it away!
Jesus, are you okay?
This mountain is freaking me out already.
Awesome.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so I didn't do that, you didn't do that. Dwyz has shot the squirrel.
And
so
killed the squirrel.
Did you get that crow on your...
No, that doesn't happen. But yeah, this just proves the point that we're probably about to move on to. That every tiny decision you make within this game makes such a huge difference later on.
Yeah, quite. I mean, you've lost some charitability.
and Sam hates you now.
Sam doesn't like
Sam
you now.
hates you now.
Sam doesn't like me now because I killed her.
Sam's character's a vegan, I believe, as well.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
And also, my charitable rating's gone down as well.
I mean, you did just shoot a squirrel in the head.
Yeah. Oh, but my funny rating's gone up because that's hilarious, shooting a squirrel.
I'm glad you think so.
Apparently so.
Am I going to shoot the squirrel or not?
Yeah, I was saying in the intro, in the tutorial, it felt the camera angles are a bit like Resident Evil, but they're not fixed, so that the camera will move along with it.
There's some great ones as well, things like corridor shots, and they make you feel like really, really tense. And just because of the way, you're right, you can't quite see it. It's kind of resi stylish, where it's like you can't see around the corners, and you're just kind of like, oh no.
And I think what's interesting as well is that some of the camera angles get more obscure the later on in the game you get. Yes.
And in between the episodes, there's a really interesting thing happens, which
The analyst.
the analyst.
So there is this guy who is essentially a therapist, and he crops up in between each of the chapters as they play out, and he asks you questions. Now, obviously the game's influenced on what happens by the choices you make in the gameplay, but then the choices that you make whilst you're sat with this analyst, they alter how the game plays out.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, the bit that you did earlier, you actually answered completely differently to
how
what we
we
did.
answered.
So we said that place creeped us out. It doesn't spoil too much, but the first time you meet the analyst, you're showing a picture of like a house with
it's
a
like a scarecrow in a field,
and you have to say how it makes you feel. And we said that it creeped us the crap out, and Dwyz was like, yeah, it's fine.
I like that. It's quite peaceful.
So I'm intrigued as to how that would alter things later on.
Yeah, definitely.
But through these conversations with the analyst, he sort of picks out the things that scare you.
Yeah.
Now this.
Jesus!
Yeah, get used to that, by the way. That happens a lot.
That happens a lot in teen slasher movies as well.
Yeah. This is what we meant though, by like the style of it is just teen slasher through and through. But the choices and stuff you make with the analyst then alter things that happen in the game. So for example, it asks you about your fears and...
Which I stupidly answered, honestly.
I did the same. I answered honestly and then regretted it. Don't
Massively.
answer honestly. No, answer honestly.
Yeah, answer honestly because it actually makes the game better.
It makes it scarier for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
It kind of homes in on
your own
personal fears and then exploits that throughout the game. Yeah. Which I instantly regretted.
Yeah.
So obviously we say it's not like a game, but in a sense it is like a game. So let's talk kind of visuals and stuff. And you keep banging on about how amazing this is. So I'm going to leave it in your corner.
I cannot tell you how beautiful.
Oh, this is both our favourite. We like Ashley.
Yeah. Actually, I'm just going to favourite characters and least favourite characters. Go.
I'm going to say Sam is my favourite. Okay. I know she's like the generic kind of. You automatically point her as the heroine, but for me, I really like Sam. But
okay, Dwyz, how are you feeling about the characters so far?
They're not as annoying as a lot of teen slasher movies. They're usually really annoying, aren't they? But these guys just seem like someone I might have hung out when I was that age. You know? So
they're very normal.
Yeah, they are. They're not. You don't get your typical jock tart like.
I think you kind of do, but it's like a realistic version. Okay. Obviously, you kind of
just getting into it.
But
there's some bits that come up later on where you really see that dynamic within the group. But yeah, so I agree with you. The character that Dwyz is now playing, Ashley, also my favourite.
I think Ashley's cool. She's like everyday.
Yeah, I mean, I know that Sam's your favourite overall, but you also...
No, I do like Ashley, yeah. I think Ashley would be my close second.
But for me, I love Ashley because of Ashley is who I would be myself, I think, if I was in this situation.
No way, you'd be, Emily.
Did it again. Little jump scare.
And I also like the twist on Chris as well, because he's meant to be sort of the nerdy guy, but he's also a bit of an arse, I think.
Yeah, he is a bit of, but he is now, especially with shooting a squirrel in the head.
Thanks, Dwyz. But I thought it was interesting that they gave him that arsey twist. The characters are just almost perfect, aren't they?
Yeah.
And from some angles and camera shots and stuff,
yeah,
you're like,
there's particular
this
shots,
is like watching a film, you know?
Well, it's like we were saying earlier, we were just looking at one of the characters, Beth, her jumper. Yeah. Her hat was bobbly and like everything. It was just the attention to detail.
And like,
was amazing.
okay, for example, with Jess, like blonde hair is a nightmare. It's hard to get it to look realistic, and they have done a really good job of it. I mean, hair in general is a nightmare, as you know, but
you are horrible.
Damn, Jess.
Oh yeah.
I know. Oh no, poor Freddy. Poor little
I'm like Lara Croft. I just kill all wildlife.
Yeah, we shouldn't take you to any zoos.
I love that snow fight was amazing. It's like most games like this, you'd be like, right, there's been a murder, or solve the problem through clues and stuff. But that bit was just like in a movie, like setting up a connection and a romance. And...
Absolutely. The amount of times I've been tense because a sudden noise has kind of happened, or.
Oh my god!
Whoa.
That was really close.
Nothing was gonna kill us.
Yeah, I mean, wow. If you hadn't pulled us out of the way.
That was interesting.
Let's get out of here.
I didn't get that.
I've never seen that
I've
before.
never seen that before.
Is it because I killed the bird?
And the squirrel, maybe.
So, as well, I mean, obviously it is a game. As I said before, we like to delude ourselves in saying we're playing a film. But so, what would you say on replayability for you personally? Is it just a one-off playthrough?
I'm currently playing it for the second time. Value for money is absolutely fantastic because it is one of those games that you will play and then you'll play it and go, right, okay, I want to play it with my mates now.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm going to get my little brother to play it, and I'm going to get my nan to play it. You know, and it's one of those games that you want to watch other people play.
Yeah, it's for me personally, it's kind of like. It's just to see how other people would react to the situations you reacted in it,
but it's the fact that we've seen stuff today that we haven't seen in our own playthroughs of it because of the very small choices that have been made.
Okay. So, dwyz, how are we finding it so far? I know you've only just done a couple of chapters, but...
I'm absolutely besotted by it, actually. Yeah. I want to go and buy it after. As soon as we've wrapped up, I want to go and buy it and play it all night. It's amazing. That's absolutely shocking. And I hadn't really given it any thought because, like, yeah, they've never done anything before, have they? So I just assumed it wasn't going to be anything to shout about. But I love it, and I'd love to play it with someone else as well, not just by myself, and almost play it together, make decisions together, or argue about your decisions. I'm pretty stunned, actually. I'm shocked at how amazing it is. Yeah.
Definitely, it's a bit of a sleeper hit, I think, in that regard, because it's not really been as well advertised as a lot of the stuff that's kind of out at the minute. So I'm going to say, with all the games and stuff that are coming out at this time of year right now, is this a purchase?
100%. I would go buy it again. I think it's worth the money because of how many times you can replay it and all the extra content that you get with it. As you said, you want to play it with someone, but it is one of those games that you just want to get everyone involved in. You want to watch other people play it. You just want to replay it and replay it and replay it and see how many different outcomes you can get. I'd go as far as saying that this could possibly be, and I would say possibly because of, we know what's still got to come out, but possibly be the best game of the year.
That's a bold claim. That is a bold claim. It's quite a, it's going to be quite a good year, I think. As I said, I've not finished it yet, so I'm still kind of playing through it, but I'm enjoying every second. I hate horror, but this is such a love-hate game for me.
And I'm hoping that this is going to inspire more games like this, because I would play this again.
That guy, he's in, what's that new TV series about the guy who's a hacker? Mr. Robot, that's it. That's the guy out of Mr. Robot, the guy with the hat on, him.
So I think it's safe to say that we all agree that this game, obviously it's exclusive to PlayStation, sorry Xbox guys, but
You'd step it up.
You'd step it up. So I think we'd all agree on that this is a game you should be playing if you fancy something a bit different from the norm, because I can only think of a couple of examples that are like this, personally.
Yeah, it's just perfect. So that is what we think of Until Dawn. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe to the channel and just get involved with, Instagram and stuff. Comment below if you play it. I want to know what you think of it. A big thank you to today's team as well. We've got Will and hiding behind here, Lewis on a camera. We've got Rob, amazing sound guy, and obviously to these two lovely people that I've had sat with me all day. So thank you for tolerating me and putting up with horror because I know that it's not your thing.
It's okay. I'm playing it anyway.
So thanks again, and we'll see you next time.
See you guys.
So I've got to have a look at her costume.
No, just get her to walk towards you and look at her fabric.
Wow.
It's beautiful.
It's even like fuzzy.
God, yeah, you can see all the
like, what are they called?
Yeah.
Fibres.
Yeah.
fibres.
No, like when it goes, because when you first get a jumper, it's all right, and then when you wash it a few times, it gets like bobbly, doesn't it?
That's crazy. So her head, when you're looking around, her head moves with it.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. So this is Beth, is it?
Mhm.